What's up, YouTube? Hope everybody's doing all right on this wonderful Tuesday afternoon. I'm just chilling out in my car on my lunch break, just trying to get out of the office for a minute. Thought I'd make a video. Was reading through some of the comments, and I'm gonna hop right to it. Somebody again called me arrogant. I don't like it when I'm called arrogant. You're a Mr. Know-it-all. You're arrogant. Ooh, what worked for you is not gonna work for everybody. Well, guess what, buddy? I have fucking news for you. The taper process can work for anybody. It can. Most people, let's be honest, most people do not want to do one thing. Actually, I don't. Nobody does. One thing, and that's called suffer. In order to succeed, you must first suffer. There has to be something that you go through in order to succeed. Whether it's with anything in life. I mean, if you want to start a business, it's not that you're going to suffer, but you're going to have to wait a while until revenue starts coming in. There's a waiting phase. You know, you don't know what's going to happen. You're scared. So you quit and you go back to your day job. Same with finances. You know, you're in a bunch of debt. You don't know how you're going to pay it off. Oh, fuck, I don't make enough money. Now, I got a wife and 2 kids, and I'm gonna have to get a second job, which means I'm not gonna have time with them. I'll be all right. So they don't get the second job and pay off their debt. Same with tapering off Suboxone. People don't want to suffer. I'm not saying we live in a generation of pansies. I'm gonna be nice. Everybody's situation is different. But at the end of the day, is it really? Okay, that person that's been on heroin for 20 years, fuck yeah, they'll suffer. They need something to help them. That person that's been on pills for a year and they're whining and complaining, get your ass up and stop. People, at the hint of a withdrawal, people get scared. And I used to get scared because I've been there, and that's why I tapered off Suboxone, because I didn't want to put myself through that misery. And if you taper on a plan, I am here to tell you, I'm not lying to you, I'm not making this up. If you put your ass on a plan, and in almost all of my videos I have described it, if you cut your dose back very small, if you cut your dose back a little at a time, over time you will not suffer nearly as much as if you did not cut your dose back and you just went cold turkey. I mean, people just don't like to suffer, and I don't blame them, because I don't like suffering either. But are you going to be bound to a strip under your tongue or swallowing a pill for the rest of your life? I don't want to be like that. And going on 3 years clean, I can tell you right now, I wake up in the morning, I drink coffee, I read, I think about my day, and I feel so much better than having to wake up with a couple pills on my nightstand and taking those pills and having to lay there for 20 minutes before you get that euphoric feeling and you're like, yeah, nothing's wrong, I'm awesome, I'm gonna rock. Fuck that. I wake up sober now and I'm awesome and I fucking rock, and I don't need a drug to tell me that. You ever noticed how when you're withdrawing and you were shitting and you had the sweats, and that one person you thought was your friend would roll over and give you a few Percocets or something, and you take them, and your withdrawals would kind of taper off for a half a day or so, and you would just be rocking and rolling, nothing was wrong, and then you'd start coming down feeling like shit again. I have been there, and I don't ever want to go back there. Trust me. And if you're a 20-year-old, I'm not old and wise. I'll be 31 in a few weeks, but if you are 20 or 21 or 17 or 18, you need to fucking stop this shit. You need to stop, because let me tell you, it started for me when I was 16, 17 years old. I take that back. I had my wisdom teeth taken out when I was 15 years old, and I got some Percocets, and I fucking loved them. I loved the feeling that they gave me. That's when it all pretty much started for me. And it started off as a thing, I had like 30 in that prescription. This has been years ago, and I had a refill, and I remember, at first it was like take a half in the morning and a half in the evening, and you do that for a couple weeks, and then it's take one in the morning, take one in the evening. Then, another couple months goes by and you run out of your prescription and you don't feel like shit because you haven't been taking that much, but you miss the feeling so much. You meet somebody at school and they're like, shit, I got something way better. I got some oxycodones. Try one of these, Oxy 10 or Oxy 20, and you crack that in half and it's like double what a Percocet would give you. So before you know it, you're taking a whole Oxy, and then before you know it, you're taking 2 at a time. And then before you know it, you've just 5 years later, you're taking Oxys, you're snorting Roxys, you're still popping pills, you're snorting fucking heroin. I have been there. You're putting, excuse me, you're getting fentanyl patches and you're cutting them and you're putting one on this arm and one on the other arm. And I mean, I was a fucking goddamn train wreck. I was a train wreck. And for me, it started recreationally. I loved the feeling that it gave me. But you know what? Nothing trumps the feeling of not having to take anything. I feel so much better since I've gotten clean. If that's arrogant to some of you, suck it. I'm being so fucking serious. Like, this isn't something that I take lightly, and I know I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse practitioner, I'm not a specialist, I'm not a psychologist, but it's not rocket science that if you taper off of Suboxone slowly, your withdrawal symptoms will not be severe. They will be very minor. Like I have said in several videos, it will cut your... Like I've said in several videos, if you cut back like that, I had probably about a week, maybe a little less than a week, of some cold symptoms. And they were manageable. I was still able to get up in the morning and go to work. I wasn't puking. I wasn't shitting every 30 minutes like a running water faucet. I mean, I just bore through it. It was just like having a bad head cold. Not even feverish. Like, I didn't even get the cold sweats. And if you want to tell me that I'm bullshitting, fuck you. I did it to myself. I put myself in that situation and I got out of it. I didn't have anybody helping me. And the reason I make these videos is to try to reach out to some 25-year-old. And I'm not much older than that. I'll only be 31 in a couple weeks. But it pisses me off when people say stuff like that, because all I'm trying to do is reach out there and help somebody. If you're 45 years old and you can take something off of these videos, fucking great. That's what I'm here for. It really does strike a nerve with me, though, when people act like they're all self-fucking righteous because, oh, the taper method doesn't work for everybody. Yes, the fuck it does. Have you tried it? I'll tell you right now, it's just not even worth it. That's all pretty much I have to say is, just taper slowly. Slow and steady wins the race. I've been on both sides of the arena. And it's not only my personal experience. This is a researched fact that if you cold turkey, you are 50 times more likely to relapse than a taper process. People that have a vision and a goal succeed. People that know where their life is going succeed. People that don't know where their life is going do not succeed. So in order to taper properly, you first must write down your taper goal, and you must follow along with that. I don't give a flying fuck if it takes you longer than me or if it takes you 3 fucking weeks. Write it down on paper, have a goal, have a plan, write it down and taper off of it slowly. I have plenty of videos where I described how to do it. It's not me acting like I know everything, and it's not me acting like I'm a doctor or whatever. Sometimes I feel like a broken record with some of you people because, I'm two of you people, I can't even talk. It just pisses me off. The level of self-righteousness out in our culture where everybody thinks that, you can't say something without hurting somebody's feelings, or you have to be so politically correct. Like, it wasn't even like this 5-10 years ago. I mean, whatever happened to the truth? The truth of the matter is you're a little bitch and you don't want to suffer. Well, in order to get anywhere, you got to suffer a little bit. You have to. Or else you can just live your life with that film or your pills. You choose. Is it going to be the path where you write your life out for you and have your goals and you decide what you're going to do with your life? Or every Friday when paycheck comes around, are you going to be that guy like I used to be? Are you going to blow all your money on pills? You know, meeting up with your little guy at the gas station. Or meeting up with that old lady at CVS waiting on her to get her prescription so you can buy her pills from her. Or are you going to keep going back to that doctor and getting methadone and Suboxone? Or are you going to, okay, so I'm prescribed 60 a month. This is my last prescription, and I'm going to make this 60 last me X amount of fucking months. Fuck it, I'm tired of this drug. Is that how you're going to be? Choice is yours, people. Until next time, stay clean. Peace.